Hey, good afternoon. My name is Jake Gronowski, founder and principal of 12 South Advisory. This week's Facebook Live, we're going to discuss three items that electrical contractors overlook when it comes to protecting their finances. So, as you may know, we send these recorded Facebook Lives out to our email list after. So, if you can't make it to the live session, feel free to subscribe and check out our email that goes out shortly thereafter for the recorded version. So, yes, as electrical contractors and all small businesses operate, a lot of these relate to small businesses in general, but we're going to talk about it, how they relate to electrical contractors today. So I came up with three ways to mitigate revenue fluctuations throughout the year. As you may know, revenue is often spiked due to could be seasonality, could be demand and supply often go up and down throughout the year. Oftentimes, revenue never stays consistent, but these are three ways in which you can definitely help your business for revenue to stay consistent. So diversification is number one. Alternative fee arrangements, number two, and streamlining billing and collections. So the first one, diversification. Obviously, when you're a business owner, whether large or small, it's good to see a diverse range of clients. It creates more predictable revenue as well as mitigates financial risk. Multiple industries is often encouraged as well. It's not, as the saying goes, it's not best to put all your eggs in one basket. Whether you're running a small business or whatever, or trading stocks, things like that. Wide range of revenue streams. As you may know, electrical contractors, they do a wide variety of things such as service and repair work, new houses, installing electrical outlets and stuff within new builds, things like that, new construction homes. But service and repair work is, I know everyone doesn't always love doing repairs and things like that, but it often leads to higher margins, of course, because you're not oftentimes you know, there's not going to be much cost of sales. The cost of sales is going to be the labor that you put into it. Could be replacement parts or things like that. But yeah, service and repair work often lead to higher margins, faster cash cycles as well. Clients are going to need the work done, usually pretty timely. If their electrical outlets aren't working, chances are they're not going to be able to do things like charge their laptop or charge their phone, things like that. What would we do without electricity? But service and repair work also create consistent demand. So when you do work for a client, whether new or a client from the past, it's gonna, as long as you do a good job, of course, it's gonna create more consistent demand and they're gonna keep coming back for more, and as well as refer you work for friends and family members that need your services as well. So diversification, continuing on with this one, contracts and service agreements are also a good way to diversify. It creates recurring monthly service revenue, leads to more predictable cash flow and strong customer retainage. So you could set up a, annual service agreement stating that, at this price, I'll come out and fix the problems that you have with your electrical system. If things go south, So, it just creates recurring monthly revenue. And moving on, alternative fee arrangements. So oftentimes I see electrical businesses um, get a little creative in the ways to package your services. Package services or subscription services. Often this is kind of a repeat from the previous slide, but create lifetime value per customer, stronger client relationships. It's also good to trial different billing models when you're running your electrical business. I'd say it's best to have a variety of different models ranging from flat fees to more subscription-based services. Subscription-based services are good for, warehouses, office spaces, retail, things like that. If you're confident in your sales ability, bundled, and you're knowledgeable within the electrical business, bundled services are also a good way to kind of upsell the client on multiple services. Not all clients may be as well versed in electrical. You obviously don't want to take advantage of them, but bundling services is another good way to fulfill that alternative fee arrangement clause, as well as hourly billing as well. If you're unsure of how long a job's going to take, it might be best to not take on that extra risk and not, risk not losing or risk losing money on a particular job if you don't know how long it's gonna take you, for example. It might be best to play it safe and bill hourly. You might not make as much profit when you bill hourly, but it's certainly an option as well to keep in the back of your mind. But yeah, stability against unpredictable revenue spikes. This is what some of the things that alternative fee arrangements create. Reduces dependency on new leads, increases revenue predictability, and improves capacity planning for labor. So when you're keeping your employees with a full slate of labor, for example, or full schedule of full-time work Monday through Friday, if you don't have as much new business, they could go out in the field and help with service and repair work, for example. They could fulfill some of that and still be generating revenue. So yeah, reactive income, when you're fulfilling alternative fee arrangements and keeping some of the stuff in mind leads to controlled income, and controlled income is certainly where you want to be with consistent revenue, no matter what season it is. Some common mistakes to avoid, best practices. No clear scope of work, of course. Scope creep. You always want to try and mitigate that and diminish the amount of scope creep, no matter what industry you're in, whether it's electrical contracting or even accountancy. The services that you agree to, you want the contract to be clear and concise, and obviously cover everything, so that the client doesn't come back and say, hey, you didn't do this, it wasn't included in the contract, but so you won't have to eat any fees for any sort of scope creep. Job costing, as you may know, we cover this quite often. A lot of electrical contractors, they might know in their head what their overhead as well as materials and labor is, but having clear and concise job costing system, what in your QuickBooks system, it certainly helps with being able to track contract profitability. Most contractors sell transactions, but the successful ones sell quality working relationships. So the last pillar I have here is streamlining billing and collections. Certainly you want to optimize your billing systems. Billing systems are evolving with technology and AI and industry best practices. So it's effective training for staff, adopting new software, enhancing accuracy and efficiency. These are things that are gonna, help you to have a billing system, that operates effectively and efficiently. So best practices for billing and collections. It's obviously best to invoice as soon as you can after the job, whether it's immediately at the end of the work while you're still on site there, or within 24 to 48 hours, preferably, before the client forgets about it, and then your invoice gets brushed under the table, and then you gotta remind them, send them reminders. Hey, are you gonna pay for the work that I did for you? Larger jobs, I'd suggest progress billing consistently. If you've got say $100,000 job over the course of maybe 5 weeks, I'd do progress billing, maybe $20,000 every week they could pay, or in whatever capacity that you want to do it in, instead of paying $100,000 at the end of the job when it's at completion. Maybe send them whether it's $20,000 a week if you want to invoice weekly, or you could invoice $50,000 at the upfront, and then the other 50 either halfway through or at the end of the job. It's also best to set clear payment terms on the invoice. You should state your payment terms, whether it's 30 days, the payment is due by, or 15 days. You could also encourage a discount if they pay by a certain date as well. So, in the year 2026, we see less cash payments. It's obviously easy to and convenient. You want to make it easy and convenient for your customer to pay, whether it's credit card, ACH, or even Stripe payment. I'd also discourage the use of the payment of checks or eliminate them altogether. Checks, they could obviously get lost in the mail, and they create friction and delays, things like that. So yeah, if you're realizing there's gaps in your financial system, feel free to shoot me a message, and let's schedule a call. I'll be able to help you identify where money is leaking within your business. So yeah, that's all we've got for today. My name's Jake Gronowski. Feel free to get in touch with us on social media. Got a QR code here to schedule a call with us at your convenience, calendar link. So until next time, my name's Jake Gronowski, and happy Easter to everyone. Thank you.